Hey Astro Kids and welcome back. This is your December 2019 horoscope for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And don't forget that today is the last day for the Good Friday special. So feel free to contact me before 6 p.m. tonight. That is when the Black Friday special will close. Also, there's a 1,000 subscriber special, so if you are interested in that, go ahead and comment Loyal Fan below to enter. And today we're going to take a look at the cards. So starting off with the Connolly Tarot deck, the Rider Tarot deck, the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle deck, playing cards, and if you look to your right, we'll be taking a look at these major transits. So let's get started. So starting off on December 2nd, Jupiter moves into Capricorn. So it moves into its fall position of its weakest position from its home sign of Sagittarius. And so right now, as we are closing the chapter on Jupiter and Sagittarius, doorways are opening. We are being called to take on new opportunities and new experiences in our lives. And there is something about this shift from Jupiter and Sag to Jupiter and Capricorn about having faith and trusting in the universe, as Jupiter and Capricorn calls for discipline and commitment. So what are you willing to commit to in your life to climb the ladder to success? Following this on December 12th, Mercury will shift into Sagittarius. And Mercury is in detriment in Sagittarius, as Mercury is trying to bring clarity and focus on the smaller details. Sagittarius is looking from a bigger perspective. So, it will be time to focus on what your destination is and what journey you are willing to go down in your life. Focusing on the smaller details will not help you on your journey as we go through this Mercury in Sagittarius. And on December 12th, we come to the fullness and completion of this lunar cycle that we are currently in. That started off with this Sagittarius new moon. And so we'll be ending it with a Gemini full moon of this journey, this quest, and seeking out higher meanings and reasonings in life. And so this full moon in Gemini providing us with the experience and the knowledge that is needed to take us higher in our lives. And that will be fully closed out later on when we see a new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn. So on the same day, Chiron also comes direct. And Chiron has been retrograde throughout most of 2019 about this destruction of the ego, of these identity attachments, of these old wounds of identity. And so, as Chiron comes direct, we will come to the realization of who we really are versus these ego attachments. And on December 20th, we come to Venus in Aquarius, where Venus has been in Capricorn, where we've been looking at these higher values and relationships and attachments of what is of the highest value, what is destiny, what is reputation, what serves our status and who we are in the world. And as Venus comes into Aquarius, we go even higher about who are we on a conscious level, what values, what is worth it, what relationships serve us on the conscious level. And it's bringing in these unique, unexpected things into our life that we may not be expecting, but that bring value, that bring greatness into our life. And so Spirit is asking you to take on opportunities that you normally would not as Venus enters Aquarius. On the 22nd, we shift into Capricorn season, where this focus of this journey, this quest, this seeking of higher knowledge and higher truth comes to a stop. And now we move into this space of working and putting in the consistency and effort to climb to our destination, to climb to what our reputation, to what our status, to what our image, to what our destiny looks like moving into 2020. And following this, on December 26th is where we see the big new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn. This big new chapter of this new lunar cycle taking us into this space of what are we truly serious and ambitious about? What goals and opportunities are we willing to work for, to climb for in this destined space that is waiting for us? And of course, with the solar eclipse, it is sort of a weird time of unusual events You can't really push much forward. It is this time where you can't really see the destination, but you can intuitively feel where you are headed. And so are you willing to trust in your intuition to guide you to this beautiful destination outcome at the end of this cycle? And the last major transit is on December 28th, where Mercury shifts into Capricorn. And this is sort of an unusual placement, as Mercury is not uncomfortable here, but does not feel as though it's in its true power and dignity in Capricorn, where we see the communication style and the thought process change to be more concrete and solid and systematic about where are we headed and how can we get to the result, to the end point, to the highest destination and outcome in our lives. And so we're getting shined this clarity on how to take the steps to climb to that destiny. So let's take a look at the cards. So we start off with the Two of Wands, which is looking at the path to where you are headed. What are you being guided to move towards in your life? What is the path? What are the steps that need to be taken to start off this new journey? But there is something about the Emperor and the Hanged Man in reverse that is about not fully embodying your own power and your own dignity. And there is something about the Emperor that is related to Aries, of this Martian energy about stepping into your power and taking the initiative to rule and to act on your will. But with the Hangman in reverse, you're not fully committed to what truly empowers you and to what truly serves you in your rightful space in destiny. And what is destined and what is ordained through spirit for you. And so with justice here, you are going to have to come to the conclusion, to the outcome of what path truly serves you and truly empowers you, and that you are willing to commit to in your life to take you to this better space that serves you completely. And with the world here, it is destined. There are so many opportunities and blessings waiting for you in this beautiful destined space. But are you willing to take that on? Are you willing to take on the world, so to speak, stepping into this new opportunity, this new adventure? Are you going to commit to that so that you can take your rightful place as the Emperor in your life? Now with the Connolly Tarot deck, we get a lot of cards in reverse. And so we do get the Nine of Swords in reverse, and there is something about this that is rebelling against or fighting against something in your life that truly is trying to guide and help you to end an old chapter. And so are you just going to rebel, or are you going to stand in your true power and dignity? So there is something here about being rebellious just for the sake of doing it. Aries, are you going to take these weird and dangerous course of actions to simply rebel for the sake of rebelling? Or are you allowing Spirit to guide you to the end, to the completion of these old cycles? And with Judgment in reverse, again, you're not fully doing the judgment within yourself of, am I going to take this to the next step? Am I going to do what is higher of what serves me? A lot of you are not in this process of fully reviewing and looking at, are you going to take this next step to go higher? Are you going to make that judgment call within yourself to do what is higher, to do what is truly aligned with who you are? And with the Fool card, not willing to take the risk of stepping into this path, stepping into this journey, where there is something here about doing what you love, doing what you enjoy, doing what is fun, what is humorous, what is exciting, but not rebelling for just the sake of rebelling, but simply being your individual true self. And once again, we get this opposition to step into this new path of what you love, of what is of enjoyment, of what warms your heart with this Knight of Wands. And with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, there is something here about holding on to something that is old from the past that no longer serves you. Trying to stay in this old comfort zone of these old repeating patterns. So are you willing to close this old chapter and move on? And with the Moon here, it is something where you are holding on to this emotional attachment. You are holding on to this old way of feeling and being that doesn't serve you. And so there are these old feelings to work through and release, to move out of this old space of these old cycles and patterns, to fully let go and close the door to this old chapter. Some major healing and major work that needs to take place for a lot of you out there in order to step into this new space of security and balance. So a lot of reverse cards there about doing the work to get to that outcome. And again, similar to the Fool card, we see the Joker of stepping into this path of what you love, of what is of enjoyment, and what truly warms the heart in your life. Again, with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, there is something about holding on to the past of this comfort and safety zone, of even staying in the past and holding on to those old memories and those old moments. But with the 10 of diamonds, there's a completion that needs to take place in order to open the new doorway of this new diamond moment of what serves you and what nurtures and fulfills you completely. And we see that even with the King of Diamonds, of stepping into this new power and into this new space of being completely sure of yourself and having everything that serves you and aligns with you completely. But with the Eight of Clubs, again, we're seeing that there is this transformation, this inner transformation that needs to take place in order to step into the clubs of this fire energy of what warms you, of what you love, of what you are enthusiastic, and of what truly brings you joy and happiness. And we see air in reverse. There is, again, with the Nine of Pentacles, we get this attachment to the past of remembering and repeating these old scenarios and these old places in the mind of where you've already been, these old thought patterns and these old belief systems. So are you still connecting to those old moments and those old beliefs that no longer fully serve you? And again, with Aquarius in reverse, there is something here about not fully doing what you fully love, what is fully serving you completely. And when we look at Aquarius, there is something here about doing what is unique, about standing out and being your own original self in the collective space. So are you going along with the crowd, or are you standing out in the crowd, is the big question here. And there's something about standing with the crowd and doing what everyone else is doing that is connected to this cycle of doing what you've already done in the past and staying in this old memory, in this old situation of that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, playing these old scenarios in your head. And when we think about Aquarius as a fixed air sign, staying in the thought, which on the lower vibration of Aquarius, are you still staying stuck in that old thought, replaying that old thought in your head? But Neptune is here, so it is time for you to dream big. It is time for you to open up these magical and destined doorways in your life. And so it is leading you to this divine connection and to this destined moment in your life. But are you willing to follow your intuition and willing to trust in this beautiful moment that is there for you? Or do you need proof? Do you need tangible evidence? Because with this solar eclipse in Capricorn, there's something about how it blacks out the sun, of not being able to see what is there, but you can intuitively feel it. So are you trusting in your intuition, or do you feel as though it isn't real, that it doesn't serve you because you can't physically see it? There is something about Neptune that is an illusion. So are you able to see through the veil of that illusion and trust in your intuition completely? And for a lot of you, that's a no, with Sagittarius in reverse. A lot of you are backing down from this big journey and this big opportunity of Sagittarius is the quest, the journey of seeking out something higher and going far outside of that comfort zone. And so it is calling for you to go on that quest. With Mars here, it is asking you to act on that and to go for that, as Mars is the passion and the drive to move forward. So for a lot of you out there, it is time to trust in your intuition and to follow in your own very energy of Mars, as Mars is your ruler. So Aries, are you willing to move forward and step into this new space in your life? So that is your December 2019 horoscope for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.